discuss is I'm going to explain what exactly in Python we are going to learn here. As usual, if any programming languages, in any other programming languages, as usual, what we used to learn is, first of all, initially we will learn the basics of the Python. We learn the basics of the Python. Okay, basics of Python. So, one second.
No, class.
Okay, one second. Yeah, so yeah, let me introduce myself. First of all, I'm Vamsi Krishna. I'm having around 13 years of IT experience as a DevOps engineer, and I worked for multiple tools and technologies. And this course is exclusively for Python based on my experience. And we are going to explain the real-time scenarios here. And yeah, this is for Scoop Technologies. So from there, I'm going to explain you all these tools and technologies for you. Okay, and here in Python, first of all, any programming language, not only Python. If you go for any programming language, in programming language, first thing what you need to learn is the basics. You need to learn the basics. So obviously, automatically you can go and write your own programs. You can write your own scripts wherever it is required for automations. This is majorly for DevOps related Python we are going to explain, but this base is enough for if you want to go for other technologies as well. Now Python is used in lot of areas, in AI, in machine learning, in IoT, and uh, DevOps, cloud. What else? Any place now it is in any technologies. The most of the technologies, the data science. In data science also they are using. So Python is not only for one specific thing. In AI, artificial intelligence, they are using. In ML, machine learning. Okay. ML and IoT. In IoT, they are using Internet of Things. And in data science. Okay. So like this, and in DevOps, I'm telling where all they are using. And in cloud they are using. So in lot of areas now in IT industry, most of the places they are using this Python. Why they are using Python? Why only they are using Python? Why can't they use another technologies? There are a lot of other technologies, right? There is Java, .NET, C Sharp, and there are other like a Groovy is there, Ruby is there. A lot of technologies are there. Why they are preferring only Python? Why they are not going for other technologies? Why they are not going for other technologies? Because Python is having third-party libraries. Third-party libraries means like what they can do. If let's say AI is there, what they can do is for AI related packages, AI team they can develop their own. They can develop their own modules. In Python. Let's say ML is there, machine learning. What they will do, they can develop their own modules. Like that, IoT also. IoT also they can develop their own modules and they can make it available to the. They can make it, guys, please mute yourself. They can develop their own modules and they can utilize that modules. Like that, even cloud also. Cloud related packages they can use and they can put it into their Python modules libraries. So they can use that. Not only that, even for databases also. It is for database also. They can use for database modules to automate the database related stuff. Okay. So Python is used multiple technologies in wide area. They are going to use this Python. Now it is upcoming. It is keep on increasing. Moving forward, they are going to use Python in almost all the technologies in IT industry. Almost 90% of technologies they are going to use Python. So if you learn Python, if you are going for these kind of technologies, it is easy for you to develop any related that particular technology related scripts or that particular technologies related code. You can easily develop. But for that, we need to learn the basics. In this course, we are not going to teach about AI or ML, IoT or cloud. We are going to teach about the Python basics, which helps you if you go for the technology. Okay, it is easy for you to, if you enter into that particular technology, if they ask you to develop something, you can easily develop that particular code or that particular technologies. So for that you need to learn Python. Yes, it's not only one technology, it's multiple technologies they are using. AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, ML, IoT, Internet of Things, data science, DevOps, cloud, database. Even in some Java related programs also, internally they will use some places they will use Python. Because Python is having that many third-party libraries. Okay, let me show you here clearly where if you want to know. This is an official document, this officially Python document. So if you see, these are all Python modules index. These are all Python module index. So here you can see lot of modules you can see here. These are all modules which internally they will use. These are all email. If you want to send email, email related modules, this is. Okay, decimals. If you want to work on decimals, decimal related. And if you want to work on some mathematics kind of thing, like maths, see, it is used. Mathematical functions, a sign. See, they are giving this module. Just what you need to do is you need to call that module, and you need to implement what you want to do. See, combining. Return the number of ways to come to choose k items from n time without repetition, without order. Okay, this is just example I'm showing you here. Like this, we have multiple things. You want to do anything, you can easily get into that particular module, and that module will provide some functions. Yeah, moving forward, I will explain you everything, but now just to understand you what exactly Python will have. So max related modules is there. Okay, and operators. There are different operators again here, like arithmetical operator, relational operator, and comparisons, boolean. So there are different types of operators will be there. You are going to experience those operators as well in Python. See, read line in Linux. If you want any read line, it will automatically do your read line here. Like this, we can have multiple things. See, structs. Structs is a part of Java, but they are implementing that part here as well. Okay, XML based. If you are going to work on XML based, the XML based packages also you can use here, and you can utilize those XML related stuff. Like this, jetlib. Like this, we have a lot of packages. These are modules alone. We have other third-party packages also. We have other third-party packages which is provided by that specific teams. They will provide their own packages, and they will give us those packages. Okay. And when it comes to the basics, right? When we are going to work on basics, earlier, first of all, we need to know the basics. Then only you can start work on the other rest of the part. Here, Python is having two things. Like, first of all, it is having two types of versions it is having. One is 2.7 and another is 3.6. Two versions it is having, 2.7 and 3.6. So these two versions, based on the requirement, I mean, now they are not developing more on 2.7. They were on three version now. They're on 3 version. And from 3 version onwards, it is purely object oriented. Purely object along with the scripted. Along with the script. It will support both script. It will support both script and the object oriented programming as well. It will support. Okay. So mostly Python we use for scripting language mostly. And if you go for the Python basics, there in general, the Python program file, the Python program file, not Python program file will extend with .py. Python program will extend with .py. Okay. So let us try to download first one Python software, and let us try to install that one, and let us run that particular program. Let's run that particular program. Downloading. So now the latest version is 3.12.1 is the latest version. Let us download that. So what we did, first of all, we downloaded the exe file. It's in Windows. If you go to this particular official website, here we have download Python. So from here, we are going to download the Python, and using that download exe file, we are going to install the Python in our local Windows machine. Okay. So this is the place where we can download the Python. So I downloaded it, and once you download, what you need to do, you need to just double click on that. So double click, automatically it will take you to that particular pop-up window here, and here you can choose your own path to install that particular Python package. Instead of asking the machine to choose its own path, we can give our path to give that particular Python software to get installed. All the related Python related software related files get installed in our local machine. Okay. So here what I'm doing, I'm choosing one location here in my machine. I'm choosing some softwares. Under softwares, I'm going to choose the Python folder here directly. Okay. Click on OK. So I'm giving here, you will get an option to install. I'm clicking install. Okay. It will ask for a pop-up whether you want to install your software or not. So I give yes. So see, it is installing all the libraries here. All the Python related libraries it is installed.
Yeah, Ravikant is asking some questions.
Yes, you can install Python in Mac as well.
Okay, sir.
Even in Linux also, if you are using Linux machine, Ubuntu machine also, you can install Python there. But not exe file, there will be some other packages for Linux. See, if you see here, you have Mac OS, Mac related packages you can download here. So these are the Mac related Mac OS. You can download it. Linux, you can use Linux as well. Even we have Docker image as well. Instead of going with your own packages, if you are using Docker, you can use Docker image also in Linux.
Sir, procedure will be same for Mac OS also?
Mac, yeah, I mean, you need to, how you are going to install other packages the same way. See, pkg file, right? So if how you are going to install other packages in Mac, in the same way, you will use this pkg file. If mostly you need to double click on that one. So automatically it will get installed. Can you try? You can try now. Let me know if you are facing any issue.
Okay.
Yeah, can directly. I'll share you the link to download. Let me share you the link.
Please.
In the meeting. Share you the link. You can download that one and you can try to install that. It depends again if you are using any 32-bit or 64-bit. Mostly I know that by Mac you will be using 64-bit only. So you can choose the 64-bit OS and you can download this particular package and you can try that. Okay. Right. So here Yeah, let me see whether Python was installed in my local or not. After installation, I'm going to check in the startup menu in the search bar. I can go and search here. So if I go and search, if I identifies that Python is there, then we can take that one. For me, let me see. Second. I had Python 3.9 as well. I'm going to uninstall it. Because Python latest version came. When earlier version I installed before in the before sessions. So now I'm removing 3.9 and I'm going to use 3.12. Because I want to use 3.12, 3.12. So that's the reason I'm installing 3.9 here. Okay. Close this. Okay. Let me start with Python. Yeah. You see 3.12 is coming now. So I'm opening 3.12. Okay. So this is the prompt. This is the CMD, Python CMD. And here in Python, what we can in Python is having a very beautiful features compared with other programming languages. So now you come to know how to install the Python. So now we'll start working with a basic Python steps now. In Python, what we will have is in Python, each individual step we can execute. In Python, we can execute each individual step. Individual step we can execute. Okay, so with that, what we can do, we can execute that particular single step, and we can get an output of that particular program. For example, let's say if you want to print, something on the screen. So we can use a print function, and you can give welcome to Python. Okay, you can print that one. It's a print is an individual statement. You can print that particular print statement and you can get that. Okay, like this, what you can do, you can print your own. I mean, you can print inside a program. If you are having like say 20 lines, each individual except the loops or conditions, what you can do is rest of all the commands you can execute individually and you can get an output and you can use that particular output inside the program, or you can put that particular statements inside the program. Python is having that feature. Okay, so this is just for an example I'm saying. Let's say if you want to add two numbers, I'm giving x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. I'm giving here. So what I want to do is I'm going to do x plus y. So it gave me directly individual statements. It is doing now. I just declared x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. I am giving x plus y. It is giving me output. So like this, individually you can execute that particular statements and you can utilize that one. I mean, if this particular statement is working, then you can go and put this particular statement inside a program wherever you want. So that is one beautiful feature what Python is having. Not only that, what the Python is going to do is it will define the type of the variable by its own. Define in the sense, let's say here 10, what is a 10? What is 10 here? Is it numerical value, or it's a string, or is it a character, or it's a float? What is the 10? Can someone tell that? It's an integer or float? Integer, right? So how Python knows that is an integer or not? In other programming language, let's say if you take Java, .NET or any other programming language, what they will do is explicitly they will define that int x is equal to 10. Explicitly they will declare. Explicitly they will declare. See, it is not here it will not work. Why? Because Python itself, it can recognize whether what value we have given, it is an integer or float. It can identify. On its own, it can identify. No need to declare it explicitly. This syntax is related to other programming languages, let's say Java or .NET or C, C++. There, explicitly, we used to declare the value of that particular variable, I mean, type of that particular variable. But in Python, automatically it will declare, automatically it can recognize that one, whether it is an integer or float or character or string. Not character, mostly it will be in string. Okay. So so here we already declared x is equal to 10, right? Let me check what type it is. Let me check what type it is. See, it is clearly telling type of x. This is a one function in Python where it will tell you what is the type of that particular variable. It is a type, it's a one function in Python. By default, it will have one functions. It will have functions. So inbuilt functions. So I'm giving type of x. What is the type of x here? I'm asking Python because I already declare x is equal to 10. How to know? If you give just x and if you enter, it will tell what value you are assigned to that x here. So I gave x is equal to 10. So automatically it is telling I'm giving a type of x. What is the type of x there? So I asked Python, hey Python, what is the type of x? It is telling yes, it is integer, because it can automatically it can identify what is the type of the value that we have given to Python. So it identified it and it has given, it's a type is integer. It's giving us. Let me declare a value with some decimal. Let's see what it's telling. See, I gave y is equal to 1.0. I did not told Python, hey Python, why I am giving you the float value, float of y is equal to 1.0. I did not told Python. I just gave y is equal to 1.0. What it did, automatically it declared that y is float. That y is float. Now let us declare. One second, let me clear this screen. Well, let me open one more. So now let me declare, let's say z is equal to, this is a Python session. So now what we'll do, we will print that particular output. Here what I will do is print of set. Okay. No. Print of jet I printed. It's giving me the output print of jet some string. This is a Python. But I want to know what is the type of that jet. What is the type of set? See, type of jet it is telling it's a string. Okay. I did not told Python that I am declaring a string. By default, it identified it. It identified and it gave the type of that particular output is a string. Okay. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. My laptop charge was not there. That's the reason. Okay. So here what I did, I just declared a print. I just declared a string here. I just declared a string. So what it did, automatically it printed that string value, and automatically it identified that it is a string or float or integer. It automatically identified that one. I have not declared. But in any other programming languages, you need to specify it manually that I am going to declare a string, I am going to declare a float, I am going to declare an integer. That you need to declare. But here, automatically it declared that particular output, that particular value what we have given to the Python. So that's the beauty of the Python, where it will reduce our redundant code. Redundant means whatever unnecessary things it will remove, and it will automatically make it simple compared to the other programming languages. Okay, so this is one feature in Python. Like this, we have a lot of other things as well in Python where we are going to learn. So let me tell you what other things that we are going to learn in Python. First, any programming language, we will learn about variables. Variables, like in variables, it's not only the int or float or string. Not only this, in Python, inbuilt, there are other type of variables also available, which is very useful and very beautiful feature what Python is providing. There are types like implicit variables, and there are other types of variables like scalar variable, list variable, tuple variable, dictionary variable, and set variable. Okay, these are other type of variables. Okay, here these, the integer, float, this comes under the scalar variables. From here, it will comes for list, tuple, set, dictionary. Okay, dictionary. These type of variables we will get. This type of variables we have. So these are having some additional features. Compared to other normal variables. Okay, that we will know. That is a big topic that you will come to know in upcoming sessions. After this list, tuple, in list we have other things like in using list we will play around with that list type of variables. We will write some conditions, we will write some loops there, and we will iterate that particular loops there. Okay, these are some items in the variables what we are going to do. And then we'll learn about conditions. Conditions means, in general, condition means is a condition. In general, let's say a condition is, if this happens, this has to be done. If this happens, this has to be done. So like that, the conditions will be there. So how we can write those conditions? Those conditions is if is a condition. Okay, if else is a condition. If else is a condition. You will say it as if block. We'll say is if block, and if block or if else block we'll have. Okay, this is one type, conditions. And we are going to learn about loops. There is a while loop, and there is a for loop as well. There are two different types of loops we'll have, while loop and for loop. Majorly these two loops we used to use. Okay, and after that, here we wrote only while and for, but when it comes to programming, in programming we'll have multiple combinations will be there, where we'll apply these while loop and for loop, and in how to write a logic for that one we'll try to understand there, and we will develop the programs with these loops, conditions, variables, functions. So now moving forward, what we'll learn is we'll learn about and here about while and for loop. We will develop the programs there, basic programs. First we need to understand, right, what is the while, what is the for, we need to understand, and we will write some simple sample programs for those particular while and for loop there. The same thing applies for if as well. if as well. Okay, and then we will, before conditions, we will learn about operators. We learn about operators. We learn about arithmetic, logical, and relational, and comparison, sometimes my spellings may go wrong. Okay, arithmetics, logic, relational operators, and comparison operators will be there. Okay, but for programming, you doesn't require any English knowledge. Okay, it's just you need a logical knowledge. So operators we will know. I'll just show you one sample operator here. Just sample operator. Let's say you want to compare two numbers. Let's say x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. So I want to check whether x is greater than y or not. Okay, if this condition is true, it has to give me the output as true. If this condition is false, it has to give me the output as false. Okay, let me give. See? Is 10 greater than 20? No, right? So that's why it's giving me the false. Y greater than x, y is greater than x, 20 is greater than 10, greater than. So it is giving me the true. Okay. So like this, what it will happen, it will give you these operators. These things here we are executing by a statement, but we need to put this one inside the script. You need to put that. Then only you will know the right. What exactly when you are writing the program, you need to apply this one. You need to apply these things. So that we are going to learn in the Python program, in the operators. This is logical operators, relational operator, comparison operators, arithmetic. Arithmetic means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, those operators. So those things we will apply in our programs when we are learning that. Okay. Here loops. We will develop the programming loops here. So like this, what we can do, we can write the programs here. And when after completion of the loops, we will learn about functions. Functions. So what exactly functions will do? It will help you to reuse the code. It will help to reuse the code. Okay. That you will come to know in upcoming sessions when we are discussing in detail about functions. And in that functions, how we will know how to write a syntax, how to write a function, how to call the function, how to write a conditions inside the function, how to declare a variable inside the function. Okay, and how to declare a variable locally inside the function, because that variable will not be used externally inside the program. Only within that function we are going to use. So that I will explain in the functions section. Session I will explain that. Okay, we'll learn in detail about the functions. Then we learn about object programming in Python. Object programming in Python. Okay, so there you will learn what is a class, what is an object. Okay, you learn what is a class, what is an object, and additional things, any OOPS concepts. I will explain those OOPS as well. OOPS as well, you will know them. Okay, so these are the major things that you are going to learn. These are here I'm putting only a brief and high level, but when we are going, we will go in deeper in that particular topics. Okay, so these are the basic things when you are going to learn any programming language, not only Python. If you want to learn any other programming language, first you need to learn the variables. What are the type of variables we have, how to declare a variable, how to convert that variable from one type to another type, and how we can reuse that variables. So those things you need to learn. And after that, you learn about operators. Basically, any programming language, it required on operators. So arithmetic, logic, relational operators will have. So those operators will learn. And conditions, we'll learn about conditions. If else conditions will learn. And loops we will learn. While and for loop. While is an entry control loop, and for is an exit control loop. Okay, that I will explain you in the loops session. I will explain that in detail, and we will write the programs of that as well. And after that, I will explain about functions. What's a function? How we can reuse the functions, and how we can call the functions from one place to another place. That also we will learn in detail about the functions. And programming, when it comes to object-oriented programming, there we'll discuss about the class and object and OOPS concepts. I will explain. Okay, and there is another thing like packages. Python is having that. How to create a package? How to create a package? Package and how to create a modules as well. How to create a module. Okay. These two concepts also. This is additional things which Python is having. So that I'm going to explain about those things as well. Okay. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can raise case now. We'll stop here for today, and we'll meet tomorrow at same time. No, not same time. I will let you know the other timings when